Hi Virgo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-November 2022 love reading. Thanks to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the Bridging the Gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and a main of interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight, and that's where the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Three of Coins. So this is actually a Capricorn energy here, and it could just be saying that you might have felt like there was the potential for the two of you to build something within the connection, but you might have felt like you were the only one who was contributing to doing so, right? Usually, a lot of the Three of Coins or Three of Pentacles cards in tarot tend to have people collaborating, building something, right? But here we see that she's alone. If we look at her facial expression, she doesn't necessarily look too happy about it either, right? So it could just be one of those things where you saw the potential to build with this connection, wanted to, but you might have felt like they just weren't present in that process for whatever reason. All right. Past energy on their side, we have the Death card. So this is Scorpio energy here. And we see the body language. Her back is turned to the cards on this side. But also this doesn't look like they're necessarily happy either, right? So looks like neither energy, on your side or theirs, neither side seems to be happy with the way things were going in the past, but at the same time, it doesn't look like there was any movement made to correct it. So definitely looks like there was some disappointment there. Although I will say it looks like whereas on your side, you might have seen the potential to still build within a connection. I'm not sure that this person saw the potential for that growth anymore. All right, present energy on your side, we have the Ace of Staves. So this could just be saying that your passions being reignited within the situation. Now, as for whether or not you'd be communicating that, that's always iffy when it comes to ace energies, right? Usually they're just the thought process coming into play. But at the very least, it looks like your passion is starting to increase for the connection again. All right. Present energy on their side, we have the Knight of Wands. So this is a fairly passionate energy as well, represents Sagittarius energy, so maybe this is just pointing more to a timeline, saying that as we get closer to Sagittarius season toward the end of November, this might be, it could just be some energy in the air that have both of you feeling like the passion is reignited within the connection. All right, in the future position on your side, we have the Three of Cups. So this is a celebratory energy here. Usually represents reconnecting with siblings, family members, just maybe people you've known for a very long time that feel like family, right? But definitely celebratory atmosphere, as you can see from the artwork. So for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe for whatever reason, there was what appeared to be two people very much on the same page in the past. In the present, we see passion reignited, and in the future, we see a celebratory energy. So for some of you, this could just be saying that you might actually get the connection back on track. And, obviously, depending on how long you guys were together, there could be some communication around that with the people who know you well, right? And there could be some celebration around the fact that the connection's back on track. Right. And future energy on their side, we have the Knight of Swords. So this could just at the very least represent that there will be more communication coming around, right? Possibly if you guys live at a distance from each other, there could be some discussion around that, right? Either them coming to visit you or vice versa. Might be that they'd be more likely to visit, given that we do see the horse in the background pointed in their direction. But yeah, looks like there's definitely going to be some discussion in the future. Trying to think if anything else comes to mind with this. For some of you, this could even point to a timeline saying that maybe around the Gemini full moon, which we'll have in early December. All right, bottom of the deck. On your side, we have the King of Staves. So this is Leo energy here. And couple things stand out to me with this, which is to say we have those trees in the background looks really lifeless, right? So it could just be saying that, especially given that Leo energy is 12th house energy for you guys, it could just be saying that these are thoughts that you might have held on to for a long time. Maybe you had these feelings toward this person, but for whatever reason, there could have been a reluctance to communicate them. We do see the birds in the background as well, which could point to communication. So yeah, it could just be one of those things where you've had these feelings for a long time, but for whatever reason, actually communicating around them seemed to be a bit of a struggle. And on their side, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is an interesting card here, because usually with the Nine of Swords, we think of a lot of anxiety, right, losing sleep. So what stands out to me there is we do see a person in the background who looks to be a bit anxious, and then we also see this couple here that seems like they're definitely enjoying themselves, right? So it could just be one of those things where maybe they started to realize the opportunity would slip away, right? Maybe they saw other people around them and realized, hey, maybe I would like to be in a connection with someone. So it could just be one of those things where they could have had a realization, right? If this isn't representing their energy here and they're represented by that energy. But yeah, other than that, could just be saying that maybe there's been some nervousness around building the connection with you. So maybe that was why things weren't taking off in the past. But that's what I see with that. All right, and next we'll see what we get from the Oracle cards. First we'll pull from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck before we started recording, and what I'm looking for is unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. I'm looking for jumpers initially, but if I shuffle for a while or I think I'm up, I'll actually just put the deck down and pull cards that way. Alright, so nothing's coming up, so what I'll do is put the deck down for a second, and just give me a few seconds to tune in. We'll pull a card. Alright, we'll take this card, and then we'll see what we get from them to you. Alright, and that didn't want to go back in the deck, so first we'll see what we got on your side. Okay, we have Ego. It says it's easier to block everything out right now. I'd rather ignore my emotions. So, interesting. Oh, sorry, I thought it was in focus, but apparently not. But yeah, seeing this card here makes me think of what I was saying with the King of Staves energy at the bottom of the deck on your side. Could just be saying that for whatever reason you could have had these feelings, but you might not have necessarily been forthright when it comes to expressing them. There's plenty of reasons why it could be the case, but yeah. So maybe that's what's going on with that. And on their side, we have time. It says, I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? Interesting message there, because the time thing made me think of what I was saying here, where I was saying that, if we look at that person in the background, where they seem to look a little bit anxious, right? Seeing that couple there, and like I said, maybe they had that fear, like, hey, maybe I would like to be in a connection, right? So maybe they were avoiding the connection for whatever reason in the past. So interestingly enough, it seems like you might have been avoiding expressing your feelings, and then this person just might have been avoiding connections in general. And maybe that's why we're seeing that Knight of Wands energy in the present too. But hopefully that resonated. And lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well. But here we're just looking for one card, the general messages to wrap the reading up with. Alright, and that doesn't want to go back in the deck, so we'll see what you got there. Okay, we have a leg up. There's the artwork, and the number is 34. Let's see what this has to say. Okay, the relationship message says relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you were there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust, you will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask and it is given. So yeah, interesting there because it does seem to play well with the card that came up on your side, right? Where it was saying block everything out, ignoring your emotions, right? So maybe by you not expressing your feelings and your needs in the past, that could have been exacerbating the issue in the connection, right? It could just be saying that if you open up, that could be what gets the ball rolling again with the connection. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.